I want to talk about further into the black truck that I mentioned it before in my last video. It was also mentioned before by many others and speculated about that maybe it's the same black truck. But so far I have never seen anyone identify whose truck it was that Dylan was taking a photo next to. So I decided to take a deeper look into it. So this is a photo of Dylan's dad. It's all public information. We have seen it on most of his social media pages. So I noticed he was wearing shades in this photo. So if you look closely at the shades, sometimes you can see things around them. So when looking closer at the shades, you can see the side wing mirror reflect inside of his shades there, which is definitely a truck mirror. But there is way more than that. When I saw that, I decided to look just a little deeper into her dad, and I found an open social media page of his. I am not going to be giving it away because to me it's considered doxing, and he's just a family member, but he's not a part of the case. So if you want to find it, it's very findable, and I also would encourage you to do your own research to find it. But on this specific page, he has shown the black truck many times, so now we know this is Dylan's dad's black truck, the specific black truck that she was taking a photo next to. But that doesn't mean that this black truck is the same black truck that was seen in the Moscow, Idaho police officer's body cam. Now, you might ask, why do I even care about the black truck and why doesn't it even matter at this point? Well, after hearing Dylan's affidavit, as I stated before in my last video, I find what she stated to be very odd and suspicious in my own opinion. So remember, this is my own opinion and just pure speculation. We are all allowed to speculate about what we think going off of the facts of the case and not just made up information, but just facts stated so far. But going back to the truck reasons, what are the odds at 3 a.m. right before the murders are going to take place, or maybe they had already taken place? We really don't know the times of deaths because that keeps changing, as most of us have heard already. But all we have so far is really Dylan's affidavit statement, so we can all go along with that until we finally hear about it in the court case or it's finally released by a law enforcement agency dealing with the case. So we know that this truck came by. Now we know there was also two cars that came by that night on the police officer's body cam. One of them people speculated about it was a white Hyundai going past the Moscow police body cam. And after that was the black truck, and it's lifted. I noticed at first you would think it's a Toyota type truck from the side. Now, after pausing the video of the truck at this moment, I was able to get a good image of the headlights and the shape. And that shape is the same shape of a Ford F-150, which is the same shape of Dylan's dad's truck, which is also a lifted truck. Now, does this mean it's the same truck? No, we don't know that, and I have no idea. But I do know it's more than likely a Ford F-150 truck that's passing by in the body cam footage. This street that we see this truck passing by on is a block away from the house where the murders took place. This street is called Taylor Street, which I'll show you here. It's the same street the officer stopped the college kids on their body cam. Right in front of a apartment, which is the same apartment you've seen the four students and the surviving roommates all take photos next to on different occasions on Instagram, especially on the day before their deaths on November 12th. And you can see from the front of the street the top of their house, and if you look to the side of the street, you'll see a little brown and beige structure building right next to a frat or sorority house that you will see, which Kaylee and Jack Decor took a photo in front of at one point. So you know that's definitely the same street that is just a block away from the house. So whether or not the truck was driving away or driving there is just odd and suspicious to me. That a truck that looks like the same shape and build and color as Dylan's dad's truck was doing there on the day and timing of the murders. Cause again, wasn't it already hard enough for Moscow PD to find that white Hyundai Elantra and to track it down? Again, that may not even be his truck at all. I'm just pointing out how suspicious it is. Especially being with how small Moscow is. Especially it being a vehicle that is connected to one of the victims who was a surviving victim. Now, I know Dylan's family is from Boise, and Boise is 6 hours give or take from Moscow, Idaho. So it's strange that she would wait 8 hours to make a 911 call or call others, as we have heard, who are not police, to come to the scene first after waiting that long. Also, this message from Dylan's father was found on her VSCO a while before the murders occurred that she posted, which a lot of people were speculating about this specific message as odd because of the mentioning of getting her out of trouble. Now, does it really mean anything? I don't know. It could just be a regular father and daughter sincere message. Now, I am not accusing anyone from her family or Dylan of doing any of the murders. I am just speculating how suspicious this all looks to me, in my own opinion. So, again, I know Dylan is a victim in this case, but the story we have all heard sounds off and very suspicious. And yes, she could have been scared. I don't know what she was thinking when the events had taken place, or what may have been going through her head in this situation after what she witnessed. But I am not accusing her of anything. But as I stated before in my last video, that's just off of speculation and in my own opinion that I do think she does know more. Also, before some of you remind me, I know Bryankohberger has been charged for the murder of the 4 students, but not yet convicted. So again, Bryankohberger in the United States is considered innocent until proven guilty. So I am not stating that he did or didn't do it. I also know a lot of people want to hear about Bethany, or just what about Bethany Funky, the other surviving roommate. But so far, there are no facts on this case that have been released about her at all, and she's been very quiet throughout the case. All we know is that her room is on the first floor by herself, but no account of any exact details from her at all. Mostly just sources, but nothing has ever really been confirmed. And for me, I like to have actual facts released. That way, I have something to speculate from. And I'm sure many others feel the same way, so it's not that she has just been left out, but there isn't anything to go off on about her until the case resumes and more information is released.